know if you can hear me and see me for that matter. I needed to be seen and heard. I suppose if we're going to do a live stream. So let me know real quickly. So I need to go ahead and mention the links, and down below I have affiliate links. The only time I mention them, or usually the only time I mention them, is in the live stream, so I don't bother you with it during the videos. I have the Switch Away link down below, the Grub Terra, and the Jace Medical link, and all of them are affiliate links. I do get a commission if you purchase using those links. Be sure to use the coupon codes that are listed with them so that you can get a discount. I see Lorie Carp and Hovita and Peggy Diane. I don't see one Scott. I don't see Mom yet. I'm having really hard time with allergies right now. Almost had to wait to start the live until after the sneezing spell was over. You guys are saying hi. Let me know. Can you hear me? Got the new mic on. Well, it's not new. I just don't always wear it. But the wind's blowing, and it kind of helps cut out the wind if I wear it. Charles Vickers, hello from currently wild and wet North Carolina. Patricia from Florida, I am doing well this evening. How are you? Peggy says loud and clear, or she says close enough to it anyway. Okay, good to know. Now that we got that covered, I don't have anything to say. Like usual, I don't have a topic picked. Just kind of going over what the last few days, just whatever's been going on the last few days. I did film a video yesterday. By the way, guys, thank you for going and watching that last video. That last video is doing all right. It's not like gone viral or anything, but the just all the analytics are looking good. Your guys' responses and the views are decent, but the duration, what do you call that? The duration is, you guys are watching a lot of the video rather than jumping out of there. That's good. A lot of that has to do with probably how boring the video is or not. So that's going to be, as for watching that and watching it all the way through. Cindy, hello. Lakeview, Ohio. Jan Davis, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Mom is in here. She had problems chatting, but I see it now. She's chatty now. So what was I talking about? Allergies. Watching the last video. Oh, I remember. So I've already got next weekend's video already recorded. I am not going to put it out midweek because I don't know that I would have one another opportunity to video again before next weekend, and I want to be able to get a weekend video out for you guys. I am going to try to get a short out sometime in the middle of the week. No guarantees on that. I've been really busy and getting a lot done. I get a little bit done every, not every day, but every weekend. And remember, I have 4 days off, 3 days at work, and then, well, 4 days sort of off, so 4 days at the house. So there's a lot to do here. And, you know, a lot of my time is spent just keeping up, doing the stuff that I need to do every week, or every day rather, not just every week, but every day. You know, feeding and watering the animals, and then on the weekends is when I usually clean the water tanks, and kind of clean pens and coops a little bit if I can, or if I need to, and so, or mow the yard. And so a lot of it is just keeping up with what's going on. Amy's in here living in abundant grace. It's not letting you see anything, but you're here. That doesn't. Is Amy the only one having problems seeing the picture? Hi, Debbie. That's weird. That's weird. She can. I'm assuming she can hear because she's chatting, but Tammy made it. She set an alarm and she got here on time. Let's see what she says. Hello, Lorie. Hello, everyone in chat. Live in the live. How's everyone? I work the opposite. I work 4 of 3. Yeah, I work 3. I had to count for a second. Yeah, I used to work 4. Now I work 3. Hovey said I'm good. Okay, now she's good. Mom can see. Charles Super Dave 44. Is that a new name? Is that from Out and About with Dave and Daisy, or I can't see the picture, so you're gonna have to let me know, or if is that a different Dave that's in here? I was going in and out. Cindy says, huh? K Barnes made it in. Patricia, have you sewed my? Okay, so Patricia, I keep getting off track. Thank you for asking that question, Patricia. What I was gonna say, keeping up with the reason I went through that, whole thing with, having to spend a lot of time keeping up with the daily chores or the weekly chores and slowly getting things taken care of around here and moving forward. I already recorded a video, and I don't know that I'll have time to record a second one, so I don't want to release it midweek and not have one for the weekend, because a weekend is when it seems like most of the viewers are. My midweek videos, no matter what they are, don't do as well as the weekend. So when I wait for the weekend. What's up, Ed Kirkpatrick and Candy? Glad you caught me live too, Candy. So I have the video, and the video shows, I'm going to talk about it, but I want you guys to go watch the video when it comes out this weekend. Now, when you come into the live streams, or sometimes on Instagram, you might see things that I haven't shown on video yet. So that's just the way it is. But hopefully, it doesn't prevent you guys from seeing what in the world those thumbnails are about, or that title's about. To answer the question, I forgot who asked it. Tammy says it's fixing to go to 5 because Biscuit Cook quit. Patricia, have you sold your bucks? So I sold in the last video. You guys saw that I sold Bug with 4 does. I sold 5 goats, 4 does, and one of the bucks. That was Bug. So that left me with 4 bucks. I sold 5 goats, and it left me with 8 goats. And then this past weekend, I did sell Chase, and that is something that's on the next video coming out this weekend. But just go ahead and watch it. Pretend you didn't know. Be shocked with the rest of the world that watches. But yeah, I did do that, and that makes me feel better that I finally got him sold, because I don't know, just down to $3 it feels a lot more comfortable than $5. I need to sell Pepper so that I can get that little buckling out of the chicken coop. He is he's chasing the birds, he's chasing the turkeys sometimes. I wish I could catch it on my phone, but I either don't have my phone, or I'm too far away when I see him going after him. But it's kind of funny. But he's just aggravating them, just chasing them for fun. It's really funny. But he's also knocking the nesting box down, and he's knocking their 5-gallon bucket of food down. Even though I have it zip tied to the post, he tears it down. He gets it down somehow. And so that means that that's just another group of animals I have to feed in the morning, because I'm not able to keep food in that bucket. Let's see. Did I go to Oklahoma City? I did not go to Oklahoma City. And Jovita says, smash that thumbs up, y'all. Thank you. I just got a text message. It distracted me. Is it 11? Well, whatever your name is, I don't know that even matters around here. Patricia. Yeah, loyal followers watch all of your videos. Yeah. I don't know if is it loyal, or is it just the small group of people that like the videos? Is it loyalty? Do people watch? I know I do. I know sometimes I watch more videos than I need to, just out of support for other channels. Are you guys hearing the wind? Is this microphone working? I mean, I know you can hear me, but can you hear the wind along with it, or is it like blocking the wind out? Because I really don't like wearing the microphone. One, it gives me something to look at. I don't like that. But it's loyalty. They're saying they're loyal. I can appreciate loyalty. I really can. So anyway, the mom says no win. I have to take the protective case off the phone in order to use the microphone, because I plug in, I don't know, whatever this is, I plug into the phone at the bottom of the phone, and then I wear the microphone, and it like Bluetooth to whatever this is that I have plugged into the phone, but I can't plug it in with the protective case on the phone, so I have to take that off in order to use this microphone. No win. Patricia says lots of win. What are we talking about? Tammy already hit the thumbs up. She was the first one. I'm loyal sometimes. It's unfortunate. What's okay? Debbie says loyal. Why didn't that sound complicated? Peggy says, I think we are loyal. I've cut back and only watch a couple of you loyally. The rest are hit and miss. There are a lot. Does it seem like there are more and more farming, homesteading channels? Like I've been seeing a lot of them lately. Like I know YouTube has started doing this thing where they push out smaller channels. I wish they'd push out mine a little bit more. But when I say smaller, I mean like less than one 2,000 or less than 1,000. I see a lot of those lately. Lorie doesn't hear the wind. Cut a hole in it, and the protective. It does have a hole, but this the piece that plugs into the phone is bigger than the hole. Like I can plug other things in, I just can't plug this in. Kathy said I watch way too many, but love the ones I watch. I still can learn from all of you, even though I am in zone 4. Okay, you're not gonna learn anything for gardening from me, because the knowledge is just not there. Those dogs are so distracting. I never know when they're serious or not, when they're just playing. And I was watching something today, and I do occasionally, talking about, how YouTubers are fake, or homesteading or off-grid YouTubers are fake, and stuff like that. Tammy says, I've gotten a little attached to the farm channels I'm sub to. I pray for all of y'all and where. You know what? I pray not two. Do not pray to subscribers, but I pray for subscribers. And it's kind of just I don't know. Not every day, not for the same one every day, but ones that come to mind when I'm praying. I pray for you guys. So you have to comment. You have to comment in order for that to happen, or I don't know that you exist to pray for. Peggy, there are too many, and a lot are not very smart. I can't handle watching idiots. Well, Peggy, I am. I'm not an idiot, I don't think, and I wouldn't say I wasn't smart, but I don't have a whole lot of knowledge when it comes to farming and homesteading. Ed says, make the hole bigger. He's still on this phone case thing. I don't think that I can do that. Eddie Family Farm just hopped in here. I am having a wonderful day. Is it Brandon? Surely it's Brandon. Stephanie has her own. Define idiot, Tammy. That's Jovita says define idiot. Maybe try to find an adapter for mic cord so you can keep a case on. Yeah, it's me. I'm still learning as well. Yeah. So there's a large learning curve when it comes to livestock and gardening, and then you put it all together and jump in all at once. I'm sure I look like an idiot sometimes. I know I do. I get I've had comments, you know, but one Scott, common sense is all I ask. And I like to think that I have common sense, but then sometimes, you know, sometimes I don't have it. Sometimes in some areas and some things, something will come up and it just like, I just don't have it. Texas gal. So anyway, the question, the question that comes to mind, and I know my thoughts on it. Like I'll tell you my thoughts, but the question that comes to mind is, can we really live off grid? I mean, truthfully, not just off grid, more than off grid. Can we live self-sufficiently? Can we live without the government, for one, without other people, without society? Hey, there is, I don't know if it's Kevin or Kimberly, but it's one of them. You missed me yesterday. Yeah, I didn't go. So I don't think we can. There was a time that people could live without anyone else, but I don't think we're there anymore. And so a lot of times, and I think people get angry a lot of times that YouTubers may make it seem as though that is the goal, to produce 100% of your food. We're not ever going to produce 100% of our food. You know, much less even the Amish, I see them at Harbor Freight, and I see them at Lowe's, and let's see, where else do I see them? Mainly Harbor Freight and Lowe's, but I do see them at Walmart too when I go to Walmart. Thank you, Kevin. I'm going to read some of the comments now. Tammy says, you may not be smart about farming, but you're trying and learning better than some. I'm also learning slower than some. I'm doing it a lot more slowly than some people would. Especially now that I have more days that I don't have to go into work. But I don't want to get overwhelmed, because some days I am overwhelmed here. When something goes wrong, it's like everything goes wrong at once. When I didn't have any, I am so thankful for this well working now. But when I didn't have water this summer, that stressed me a lot. And it was really hot when I had to take water out to the cows. It was really hot. And so when I think about getting animals, besides the purpose, what's the purpose of me getting another animal, another kind, or another one? I think about what happens if I don't have water, or what happens if we had sub-zero temperatures like we did last winter, and it's just me going out and taking care of them. And Mom and Dad live across the road, as Cassie would put it. It's not a street, we're in the country, it's a road. Yeah, I'm out here in the mornings and in the evenings, and it's dark in the wintertime, especially in the mornings when I have to come out here and take care of everybody before I go to work. Now, when it got really cold, we had snow and ice and sub-zero temperatures, I stayed home because the roads were bad. Like, nobody went to work. So that worked out. So I was able to wait until daylight to come out here. But, I could slip on ice and fall. And, that would really suck. What if I got hurt? I have my phone on me. I could call someone. But what if I got hurt? You know, so when I add animals, I really think about things like that now that I'm alone. And I don't think that anybody, any family could live without society. I don't think we can live and produce our 100% of our food, clothes, just everything that we need. I don't think it's possible. And a lot of people, a lot of farms have, are using, you know, skid steers and tractors, and I would love to have a skid steer. That would be so cool. I am not knocking them. I would love to have it, but even things happen to those, and even if you know how to fix those, you have to have the material, you have to have the equipment to fix them. Let's see, read the text again. And Peggy says, I handle everything well. Thank you, Peggy. I disagree, but thank you all the same. Tammy okay, Tammy, do you believe that we can live independently? Is that what you're saying? Independently of each other, independently of the government? What are you saying? Or if that comment may not relate to that at all. Um, Oh, I just thought of something. Okay. Lori Carter says, the ones that say you're an idiot isn't doing what you are. Um, Sometimes it seems like they are ones that have been doing this all their lives, and it's usually men. Um, Not always, but they've been doing it a while. Or so if it has to do with animals, maybe I'm doing so they think I'm. It's usually women when it's animals. Uh, Thank you, Hovita. Thank you. Is it Kevin? I haven't even been looking to see who it is, but thank you, whoever's moderating. Kathy, great to see Brandon and Kevin. Must be Kevin. Angela, love your show. Prayers going up. Thank you. Appreciate that. Charles, pray. Pray, 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 pray. My load of gopher wood gets here in time. The water's rising. Peggy says, we could live during a crisis if it came down to it. We can live off our land, hunting, fishing, wouldn't want to, but if forced. So Peggy says we can. Can you do it just your family, or do you need other people in society? Do you need your neighbors? Do you need your community? And Charles says, you know what you know, take it and grow, grow, grow. Hovita says, Lorie, I really think you're kicking it because you have no help at all. That's not true. I do have help. I don't have anyone living here, but I have been able to, hire Sean and Curtis to come over and help some. They're kids, but that those times makes a big difference in my life during the times that they're here, because not only do I have stuff going on outside, there are things going on inside the house. I'm trying to get things ready inside as well as outside. And also I have my parents across the street. My brother has stopped over a couple of times and helped with things. I mean, he doesn't stay and do everything, but he has stopped by. The brush hog didn't work. I didn't know how to fix it. It's not mine, but I needed to use it, and he stopped by. That twice that's happened, and he's fixed that. So, Kathy, when I grew up, neighbors did help each other, but I'm still in a small town, Minnesota, very rural. Patricia, everyone learns and adapts at their own pace. They do what's best for them and their situation. And so, I forgot what I was going to say. I don't know. I said and so, and it doesn't fit with what's in my head. But I was going to say, or I think I was going to say, I am still thinking about sheep for meat, like getting some sheep. But then I think that I would need to put up some more fence to do that, kind of like how I have the goats fence put up, like with the cattle panels and stuff. I don't know that I don't know that I want to put the sheep in with the goats. I know people do it all the time. But I want the option not to be able to do that. They're very similar. What you would feed a goat. Let's see how to put this. Goats need copper. Sheep cannot have more than a trace amount of copper. And so I would not, if I had them together, I would not be able to feed the same feed that I'm saying. I would have to make some arrangements. I would have to bolus them more often, the goats more often, and I'm really bad about that, getting it done when I'm supposed to anyway. But I feel like even though people can't buy these goats as much as they were, and I think it has all to do with the economy. There's an argument out there that there's overbreeding, and I guess that is a possibility, that has an effect, that has, you know, a little bit of an effect in it. But I think it has to do with economy. But meat, I still think people will buy. And so if it's lamb, I'm not lamb. Well, it could be lamb or sheep. For meat, I think it would still sell. And so I don't know. I just want to try something different. I'm reducing the goat herd. They're not selling as well, and I just want to try something. Tammy says, I don't blame you personally. I wouldn't bite off more than I can chew. Texas gal, be right back. She got a phone call. Lorie says, I think you do great by yourself. You're still learning, but do the best you can for your animals. I try not to mistreat them. But like, I'm not that I mistreat them. That's my, I don't try to be mean to the animals. I try to do what's right by them. Whether they are for meat or for eggs or for, you know, just pets, just, you know, whatever. One Scott says, I can tell you do stress a little. You're great. Just relax. We are here for you. Well, thank you. Okay, off land. Tammy says, off of our land, off our land. We can live off of our land, independent of the government. So 100%, we could do that. If we are totally independent from the government, that means that we're off the grid. That means we can't run to Walmart. That means we can't order something from Walmart and have it delivered, because the government is so involved in that, so tied into that. Ovita said, if I had to rely on my skill of survival, I would perish in hours. Peggy, we are in our 70s. We have the knowledge and tools, but short on muscle power. I have a few good neighbors, though. Kay Barnes says, hit that thumbs up. Thank you. So see, Peggy would be a good one to partner with. I don't, you know, there would be very few of us live alive without some sort of community, without some sort of, you can't live by yourself. I don't think a family could live by themselves. Not very many. Like, and it wouldn't be a good life. It would be rough. Drops Family Garden. Roasted goat is one of their faves. Ed says we need to market goat meat. See, that's the problem, Ed, is I don't really, it's hard for me to view goats as meat. And I know they are. I know people eat them. I know, you know, that's what the Spanish, the Kiko, the boar is a meat goat. Even the pygmy is a meat goat. But I couldn't raise them to sell as for meat, you know, knowing that I'm selling them for meat. I'm just not. Hey Sheila, thank you. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I get it, and I'm okay with it. Everybody else farm goats because I can't, not for meat. But I could sheep because I view them differently, and cows I view them differently. I don't know. Chickens I view them differently, except Batman. No, I didn't view really Batman differently. I just really liked him. Peggy said, "Don't need to raise meat goats when we are overrun with deer at my house." If something happened though, Peggy, if something happened to the grid like overnight, those they would hunt those deer out. They would hunt the squirrel, the rabbit. It wouldn't take long at all. We have too many people. Like I believe like there's. I mean I get it. There's a lot of them, but when Walmart goes empty, if the grid goes down and Walmart is empty in a day and a half, something like that, it won't even be that long. You know, once people start, they start going for the stuff, it won't. There's too many people. It will empty out, and people will start heading out to the woods because everybody's got that idea. Well, I'll just hunt. There were just too many. We're too populated. That's just. But if it wasn't something like that, if it wasn't, you know, like total grid down all of a sudden all over America, maybe if maybe just your area had a problem, then that would totally work, I think. How would you do you know how to preserve it? Good evening, Patty. Skinner Farms. Somebody tell her what goat meat tastes like. Tammy wants to know. Amy says, until you get super cute little lambs. The cows are cute, Amy. Um, I and that's what I'm afraid. I'm afraid that once I get into lambs or sheep, sheep, that they will be so similar to the goats that might make it harder for me. But going into it before I had goats, because I didn't want goats, but they told me to get goats to prepare for sheep. I wanted sheep, and I was told sheep are hard, goats are easier. Do that. Get your feet wet with goats, and then go to sheep. Then I found out it's all the same. The vet said that they have more problems with goats than sheep. They have more people coming in with goat problems than sheep. Um, but going into it, I view sheep as meat. Like it's always been. I don't eat sheep. I don't know that I ever have, but I view them as sheep, as meat, just like a deer or cow or chickens or something like that. But you're right; they're going to be similar to the little goats, and that would be something I would have to be careful with. And then if then I'd have to sell out. I would just have to get rid of them. Elaine is late. She says, "Agree. We need community, or at least she does." Yeah, no joke. It says hide your cows if the grid goes down. It'd be hard because they're noisy. Yeah, you're not just your dogs, your horses. If it all over the United States, grid went down overnight and it was an attack, like a cyber attack or something, it'd be like something off The Walking Dead or something. Four. I can't read that. Four ring something. I'll be okay with a machete, fishing pole, and a pew pew. Yeah, you won't be able to. I mean, I guess you spend the night outside and protect your ponds, but that's another thing people would go for because they're gonna need water and food and whatever else. Then you're just gonna have mean people too. People just doing mean things because there's no law, because the law's too busy taking care of other things. Drop says tons of cows around there. Tammy says, but lambs are 100 times cuter than cows, unless they're babies. These baby cows are pretty cute out here. This red heifer, she's getting to where she's letting me pet her. Oh, there's a bug. Makes her super cute. Candy says, man, it's getting cold out here. I live in the middle of a big town, and it would be awful. We do have squirrels and possums, but I'm not eating them. I guess I could before I go hungry, if they're there. By the time you get hungry enough to eat squirrels and possums, they'll be gone. People will hunt them. Like, that's what people are going to do. Peggy says, the city people don't have the knowledge or weapons to hunt. I'm in a pretty isolated area, 10 miles to closest town of any size, and it is all woods. Definitely a good start. Mary Wright from UK. Hello, Mary. Feed them to the dogs. Kathy said, oh, where'd it go? Kathy said, all animals are work in one way or another. Some are just easier to love and care for them. Oh, I don't know what that made me think. And something else in this next video that I mentioned, it's not really part of the video, but I do mention it. That cat, that stray cat Kitty that's around here, she's not here with me today because I took her to the vet and got her shaved, and she looks funny. Titus doesn't recognize her. He's barking at her and stuff. I've got her inside in a kennel because she is loopy. They put her to sleep to shave her and to give her rabies shots, and she's still under the influence. So I couldn't put her back out here, you know, with coyotes and everything until she's like not drugged up. But she looks funny, and I can't wait to show you. Got a possum outside that eats with the outside kittens. I'm wondering if I don't have something coming up into the shop eating the cat food with this kitty, because she surely can't eat as much of the food as I'm putting out there. I'm putting out there, and the bowl's empty just about every day. Peggy says, I live on the edge of 27,000 acres of woods. Lot there, a lot of hunting there. Then you got to deal with ticks and mosquitoes, because you can't get any of that woods or that off or whatever it is. You can't do anything for any of the pests. Gardening would be a little rough too. Can't get your fancy soil and plant food and all that. Pesticides. Eventually you wouldn't be able to mow your yard. Candy says, but at my age, hopefully the good Lord calls me home before that. Candy, I'm looking for a rapture. I'm looking for the return of Jesus for his bride. No, I didn't shave the kitty. I took her to the vet because I knew better. Lorie Carp. So they shaved her. Well, I gotta check, make sure this is not a real fight. Titus, he's a big dog in a little dog's body. Nope, they're playing. He's noisy. She was growing dreads. No, she was getting matted. I don't know. What do you call that? Matted. And well, she was like that when she came. You remember, she was one that was dropped off or abandoned, and she was out here about a year before she ever let me touch her. And so she had those mats on her when I started taking care of her. I mean, I'd put food out for her, But then one day she let me pet her, and then I was able to take her and get her shots and everything. And that was a year ago. So I've been feeding her and taking care of her for a year, and those the fur was getting matted and it was just getting worse. So I took her in and had her shaved, had them all shaved off, and got her vaccinated again. Drop says, I got a distiller. I think I can handle keeping the mower running, even though I bought it to distill water and make vinegar. That's funny. There's a song that says, I'm just listening for the call. Peggy says, I'm preaching at a revival this weekend in Braggs. Peggy, I did not know that you preached. Says, I am preaching at a revival this weekend in Braggs. That's interesting. That is interesting. Somebody needs to tell them it's close. It's soon. I am at the bottom of the chat. Oh, she teaches. You need to start preaching. I like teaching. I mean, no, I don't like personally teaching. I like to hear teaching. I like teaching over preaching. I like to learn. Not that you can't learn by preaching. I enjoy listening to teaching more than preaching. Oh, Drop said, sadly, going to a funeral this week. Neighbor dropped dead at 54. Oh my goodness, that's young. I don't like that. That's too close. Were you guys like, were you guys really close? I mean, were you close friends, close buddy? Because that is young. Lorie Carp says, I bet Kitty looks funny with no hair. Well, she does, but her hair is shorter on her neck and back than on her head, not by much, but they shaved her tail, and then at the very top of her tail, they left the hair there, and so she's got a little ball on the end of her tail. It looks really funny. The allergies are kicking my tail in today. We made friends with them when we moved here this year in Arkansas. He was a nice guy. I hope he was a saved guy. Tammy says, I love my preacher. He just turned 80, but you can't tell it. He's been at my church for 41 years. Oh, that's 41 years. Yes, Lorie, pollen. I guess it's pollen. I don't know what it is. My throat is like hurting. It's raw. I'm sneezing a lot. He was very religious. Well, I am actually ragweed is rolling in. I don't know what it is, but it's bad. I'm going to get off here. It is cold. I am starting to shake a little bit. I am cold. I don't like this. I don't like being cold. Thank you guys for coming in, and I really look forward to next week's live stream. I enjoy talking to you guys, so we will see you next week. Bye.